Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of a Mercy Athletics live stream on mercyathletics.com. Today we have a matchup here in Victory Gym on the Dobbs-Ferry campus between the visiting Daemen College Wildcats and your Mercy College Mavericks in an ECC conference volleyball matchup here on Sunday. The Mavericks come into this one after picking up a 3-0 victory over Roberts Wesleyan yesterday, November 2nd, while the Wildcats were able to defeat Queens College on the road in Flushing by a score of 3-0. The Wildcats come in with a 14-8 record, 4-3 in the conference, and sit in third place in the ECC. And they'll take on a Maverick squad that has an 11-16 record, 3-4 in conference play, and sits fourth in the conference. Some notes before the start of this one as the starting lineups are being announced. For the Mavericks, number 42, Amani DeBose, leads the ECC in kills with 322 and also averages the conference leading 3.46 kills per set. And in yesterday's matchup against the Red Hawks, she racked up 10 kills. And the Mavericks compiled 10 service aces yesterday, 2 of them each coming from Natalia Garcia, Jessica Burka, and Stephanie Lankhorst, who leads the Mavericks in that category with 42. And Loreto Nunez-Casal picked up 3. For the Wildcats, Allie Greenwood, number 3, a defensive specialist from North Aurora, Illinois, picked up the ECC Defensive Player of the Week honor in Week 6, and it's her second time winning the award this season. The junior will be someone to watch in this one. A senior from Eden, New York, number 2, Megan Ballou, was named the ECC Defensive Player of the Week in Week 3, so it's something that head coach Stephanie Albano preaches is defense creates offense. And Hannah McKee, number 1, and number 9, Courtney Bernard, were named to the ECC honor roll in Week 8. So a handful of players on this Daemen squad with some accolades building up on their season. And Albano, the head coach, it was the 2-time ECC Coach of the Year, first time coming in 2016, and she is currently the reigning Coach of the Year after being given the honor in 2018. And if you take a look at this Mavericks team, they have several players who lead the attack, including DeBose and Nunez-Casal. Garcia has the team-high .282 attack percentage and is the leader in assists with 796, which is an average of 8.21 a set, I should say. And now the Mavericks and Wildcats will take the court. The Mavericks wearing their white tops with blue numbers, and the Wildcats have the blue tops with white numbers. The Wildcats will start off on the far side of the camera, the Mavericks with their backs to us here at the broadcast setup. And it's an ECC matchup in the 30th year of conference play. That'll be getting started here in just a few moments. It will be Daemen College to begin the service. And out there for the Mavericks, they have number 7, Nikendra Liddy, number 6, Selma Vulic, number 2, Natalia Garcia, number 42, Amani DeBose, number 15, Stephanie Lankhorst, and number 8, Loreto Nunez-Casal. And for the Wildcats, they send out number 18, Allie Cousins, number 9, Courtney Bernard, number 16, Tirza Peters, number 1, Hannah McKee, number 14, Allison Post, their leader in kills, and as the libero, number 3, Allie Greenwood, that defensive specialist we talked about earlier. That's the lineups to start out the first set of this afternoon's match, and it will be Allison Post to open up the service. It's a bump from Vulich. Bump from Garcia up to DeBose. Played on the set from post over to Peters. Off the net, and it's played by Garcia. Lopez Soto sets up DeBose. DeBose gets it off the block. And it's Casal now with a play. Post sets it up to McKee, who finds Bernard. Nunez Casal plays it over, but the point goes to the Wildcats, who open up the scoring here in set number 1 with a 1-0 lead. It'll be Allison Post, the junior from Windsor, California, continuing the service with Mercy trailing. Bump for Nunez Casal. Garcia over to DeBose. Partially blocked in front, deflected away by Peters, and it's a kill for DeBose. And the service comes back to the Mavericks. DeBose has active hands. The senior from California has been playing very well for the Mavericks in her lone year. Garcia sets up DeBose. Kept alive in front off the block from Peters, and it is a kill for the junior from Amherst, New York, hometown talent there for the Wildcats. 2-1 lead for Daemen, and it's Allie Greenwood to serve. That one had a knuckleball effect on it, and it died just before Lopez Soto could get a hand on it, so it's a service ace for Greenwood. Bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia sets up Lankhorst. McKee digs it out, and it is Megan Ballou who gets the kill for Daemen. 4-1 lead for the Wildcats. Greenwood serve, playing the set by DeBose. Garcia cross court to Casal. Kept alive by McKee in the back row. Greenwood sets up Bernard, and is played nicely by Lopez Soto. Vulich plays it over overhanded. And it is Ballou getting the kill off the deflection from Lopez Soto. 5-1 lead for the Wildcats. Timeout is called by Mercy. And head coach Georgia Felicities is calling her troops in, talk things over in her 4th season. And the Mavericks are down by 4 early on. Some nice setups from McKee, dishing it out to her teammates. And it's been Peters and Ballou, the beneficiaries, with a pair of kills each. And also the service ace for Greenwood is where the 5 points comes from for the Wildcats. Out of the timeout, it will be Daemen to serve. And Greenwood will continue the service. It's a set from DeBose. Garcia up top to DeBose. And it's played on the dig from post. The setup to I believe that was Ballou who got the kill. 6-1. Daemen. Lopez Soto bumps it over to Garcia. Nice diving setup to Casal, and it's kept alive by Allie Cousins, but her kill attempt goes long. The Mavericks pick up the service and a point. Jessica Burka into the match, replacing Amani DeBose, senior captain from Hicksville, New York. Bump from Greenwood. Up top from McKee to Ballou, and Ballou gets stuffed in front by Loretto Nunez Casal and Lankhorst, combining for the tandem block. It is a bump from Post. The setup over to Cousins finds its way home. And it's a 7-3 lead for Daemen, who regain the service. And it will be Georgia Wicker. Number 10 is Garcia setting up Casal, running to the net. Kept alive by McKee. Greenwood up top for Cousins. And it's Garcia bumping it over to Lopez Soto. Sets up Casal. Post with a bump in the back row. McKee to Ballou. Tries to go cross court, but good save from Garcia. Vulich is bested by Cousins. And now it's Casal once again. Post with a bump in the back row. Garcia over to Casal. Post with another dig. And it's McKee over to Cousins. Blocked in front by Casal. And the Mavericks pick up the point on the long rally. Good play from the sophomore from Ponteverde, Spain. They get in the attacking lanes there. Stephanie Lankhorst, a freshman from Apeldoorn, Netherlands, will serve. She is the team leader in service aces with 42 on the season. Bump from Greenwood. McKee over to Ballou, kept alive by Burke on the dig. Set up to Vulich, played over the block, and it's McKee setting up Cousins. Dig from Garcia. Burka sets up Vulich, and it's Greenwood digging that one out. Over to Post. Lankhorst up to Garcia, who finds Casal, and Casal finishes the kill with authority. Garcia to Casal gives the Mavericks another point, and Lankhorst will continue the serve. Nice play from the junior Garcia to get under it and leave it on a platter for Casal. The bump from Post. Too much that time as it lands out of bounds. Goes down as a service ace for Stephanie Lankhorst. Mercy trailing by just one now. 7-6 your score. It's a bump from Wicker. McKee over to Post, and Post tucks it inside the line for a kill. And Daemen needed that one as Mercy was charging back. And they regain the service, and it will be Allie Cousins doing the serving. A redshirt freshman from Eldred, Pennsylvania. And it's a service error on Cousins, giving the Mavericks the service. Nunez Casal will serve for the Mavericks. Bump from Greenwood. McKee sets up Ballou. Tough play, and she gets it over on a bump. Finds its way home. Good adjustment there from Ballou. Wasn't the best setup from McKee, but she gets it to find hardwood either way. 9-7 Daemen lead, and it is Ballou doing the service. Bump from Burka. Set from Garcia over to Vulich. And it finds its way to the floor in front of the diving Georgia Wicker. The kill for Vulich gives the Mavericks the serve. DeBoe's back in there for Burka. 42 for 17 for Mercy, and it's Selma Vulich to serve. Wicker lets it sail over her head and out of bounds for a Daemen College point. 10-8 they lead. Hannah McKee, a sophomore from East Highland, California, to serve. Bump from Flanders. Garcia over to Liddy, and it's Greenwood on the set. McKee sets up Peters. Kept alive by Flanders on the dig. Garcia plays it over on the bump. Bernard over to McKee, who finds Jen Harritz, number 5, a junior from Granger, Indiana. Finishes the point off for the Wildcats. Bump by Vulich. Garcia over to DeBose. DeBose cleans it up and kills off the point opportunity. 11-9 Daemen leads. Adriana Lopez Soto, number 10, new serve for Mercy. It's a bump from Greenwood. McKee over to Herritz, who gets it down off of the deflection from Nunez Casal. Or excuse me, that was Vulich who played that one, and it's 12-9 Daemen. Allison Post sends that one into the net on the service error. The Mavericks pick up a point and the serve. Nunez Casal back in there for Sophia Flanders, 8 for 14 for Mercy. And Garcia serve. It's a bump from Post. McKee over to Peters, and Peters is able to tuck that one inside the back line. A 13-10 lead for Daemen, and it's Greenwood to serve. Bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia over to Lankhorst, and Lankhorst with the cut shot. Excellent placement from the freshman. Gets the Mavericks the service back, and it's Burka checking back in for DeBose. 13-11, Daemen leads. Burka's serve, bumped by Post in the back row. McKee bumps it up to Cousins. Nice diving dig from Garcia. And it's Lopez Soto over to Casal. Another dig from Greenwood. And Casal finishes out off with authority. Nunez Casal with the kill. And it's a 1-point set lead for Daemen, 13-12. It's a bump from Cousins. McKee sets up Ballou, kept alive from Garcia. Vulich mistimed her jump a bit, and it went right into the wall of McKee and Ballou. 14-12 Daemen, who regained the service. Georgia Wicker, a junior from Woodstock, Illinois, to serve for Daemen. Bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia up to Casal, plays with a set. Cousins bumps it over to McKee, who finds Ballou, and Ballou gets just enough of it to deflect it off of Vulich for the kill. And it's Wicker's serve, bumped by Lopez Soto. Garcia over to Vulich, kept alive, and it's Post up to McKee, who finds Cousins, and Cousins gets the kill. 16-12 lead for the Wildcats. And Wicker's serve once again. This time into the net, service error for the junior. Mavericks pick up the service, and it'll be Lankhorst to serve. Lankhorst replaces Lopez Soto. 15 in for 10 for Mercy. And it's a bump from Post that goes awry, a service ace for Lankhorst. And the freshman has a team-leading total in that category. The bump from Wicker. McKee sets up Post. Kept alive by Burka. Takes a tough bounce off the rafters here in the gymnasium. And cannot be played further by the Mavericks. Point goes to the Wildcats. And it is Allie Cousins to serve. Cousins put too much on that one, and it's a point for the Mavericks, who trail 17-15. Nunez Casal serving. It is bumped from Wicker. McKee up to Ballou, blocked in front by Vulich, and Vulich picks up the point for the Mavericks. Nice play from the sophomore from New Rochelle, New York. Also aided there by Liddy. And it is Casal serving. And it can't be played by Wicker. Service ace for Casal, who had 3 of those yesterday against Roberts Wesleyan. It's a 17-17 tie, set number 1. And that time it goes long for Casal. 18-17, Daemen leads. Flanders back in there for Casal, 14 in for 8. And it will be Ballou to serve. Garcia plays that over nicely on the back set. A beautiful play from Garcia. And it ties things up at 18. Garcia usually setting up her teammates, takes that one herself, and it benefits the team on that one. Dig from Cousins. McKee cross court to and it's Liddy on the bump. It was cross court to Herritz, who made that one tough for the Mavericks to return. And it's a kill for her. 19-18, Daemen leads with Hannah McKee to serve. Bump from Vulich, set up from Garcia over to DeBose. Couldn't be played off the deflection from McKee. Peters had a shot at it, but couldn't get her hands up in time. 19-19 after the DeBose kill. Lopez Soto returns to serve for the Mavericks. A bump from Herritz. McKee over to Herritz. And is kept alive by Flanders on the dig. Garcia sets up DeBose. And the deflection just gets outside the line there. It was close, but the official was right there, and he signaled mercy point as that one went out of bounds. 20-19. Cousins diving dig over to McKee, who finds Herritz, and Herritz converts the kill. 20-20. Neither team being able to pull away here. We were tied at 17, tied at 18, tied at 19, and now tied at 20. And the serve goes long for the Wildcats as Garcia will serve and Casal checks in for Flanders. Bump from post. The setup from McKee to Bernard is kept alive by Vulich, and Casal plays it over. And it's Peters who gets that one deflected. And it gets itself in there for a point for the Mavericks. Big momentum shift there for the Mavericks. Forces Stephanie Albano and the Wildcats to call a timeout. 22-20. The Mavericks now lead after a few consecutive ties. And it's been an exciting first set here in Victory Gym. We thank you for tuning in today on this Sunday afternoon. It's been Amani DeBose and Loreto Nunez-Casal along with some of Vulich converting on the kills set up from Garcia. And the back row play has been great for the Mavericks. Lopez Soto, Garcia, Burka, Flanders, and others have been able to dig out and receive the ball well to convert defense into offense, something that Daemen has shown a lot of in their games this season. Looks like the Mavericks have picked that up as well here. Out of the timeout, Garcia to serve, Mercy up by 2 here in set number 1. It's a bump from Greenwood. McKee up to Cousins, who bumps it over. And it is Garcia for Casal. Casal gets it in there. May not have gone her way, but Greenwood made a diving attempt at it, deflected it, and the point goes to the Mavericks. Another timeout here for the Wildcats. Trying to stop the bleeding here is Coach Stephanie Albano. As I mentioned earlier, a two-time ECC Coach of the Year in her 4th season. And her career record is 57-35 and has a 33-9 record in the ECC. And in 6 matches against the Mavericks, she's undefeated, including a matchup earlier this season, which the Mavericks dropped a 3-0 match at Daemen College on October 4th. But right now, Mercy has the upper hand, up by 3, set number 1, needing 2 points to put away the set and to pick up a 1-0 victory. 1-0 lead, I should say. Serve from Garcia. It's bump from Greenwood. Bernard's kill, too much for Vulich to handle. And it's 23-21. The service goes back to the Wildcats, and it's Allie Greenwood to serve. Set from DeBose. Garcia back to DeBose. And it is kept alive by Greenwood. McKee to Ballou, and Ballou will be called for the ball handling error. Got too much of her palm on that one. And if you go with the set, you want to use your fingertips. You can't use your palm. And it's called a carry on Ballou. 24-21. As Burka serve, planned the bump by Post. McKee over to Bernard. Kept alive by Lopez Cerro on the dig. Garcia sets up Casal. And it was a good effort there from Post, but she couldn't track it down. And the Mavericks pick up a first set victory by a score of 25-21. And as the teams switch sides and hydrate in between sets, we'll have a look at some of the stats here in a couple of moments. Tightly contested first set. Hopefully that's part of what we have in store for you here the rest of the way. And a look at Mercy's numbers. When matches go to only 3 sets, they have a 5-9 record on the year. In 4-set matches, they're 4-6. And when it gets to that 5th and ultimate last set, they're 2-1. So Mercy would rather extend this one than try and play for the quick victory. Thank you. And now a look at the stats here from set number 1. Nunez, Casal, and DeBose each have a match-high 4 kills, along with Jenna Harritz, all 3 players tied at 4. And the attack percentage is in favor of the Mavericks, who have a .290 compared to the Wildcats' .237. And it is a +3 in assists going to the Wildcats, 13-10. Service aces, a +2 for the Mavericks. They lead in that category 3-1. And digs are +2 for the Wildcats, who had 7 of them come from senior Courtney Bernard. So they're +2 in that category. Blocks are +1 to the Mavericks, who have 3 total to the Wildcats' 2. And that was a look at your stats here from set number 1 of play. And in about 37 seconds, it'll be set number 2, Mercy on the far side. And it will be Daemen with their backs to us here at the broadcast setup. On the court to start off set number 2 will be for the Wildcats. Starting out will be number 1, Hannah McKee. Number 5, Jen Harritz. Number 18, Allie Cousins. Number 2, Megan Ballou. Number 16, Tirza Peters. And number 5, Jen Harritz. Or excuse me, Courtney Bernard, number 9, is the other starter out there for set number 2. And for the Mavericks, they send out Adriana Lopez Soto, Natalia Garcia, Selma Vulich, Amani DeBose, Stephanie Lankhorst, and Loreto Nunez Casal. Lopez Soto to serve, opening up set number 2. Bump from Cousins, set up from McKee, over to Harritz, and Harritz adds to her kill total. Now with 5, as she earns that one off the deflection, and it's Allison Post to serve with Daemen leading 1-0. Bump from Vulich. Garcia sets up DeBose, and DeBose tucks it inside the line. The official had to get out of the way of that one, in fact, but he makes the call. All tied at 1. Garcia to serve. And it's a bump from Post. McKee sets up Bernard, and Bernard's kill deflects away into the stands. A point goes to the Wildcats as Peters checks out, and in comes Allie Greenwood to serve. Casal's kill, too much for Greenwood. Nunez Casal with her 5th kill of the match thus far. And it's Burka in the serve, replacing DeBose, 17 in for 42 for the Mavericks. Bump from Post. Set up from McKee to Cousins, who comes racing in. It's a dig from Lopez Soto. Garcia to Vulich, and Vulich cleans it up for a kill. Vulich picks up her 2nd kill of the afternoon, and Mercy leads 3-2. Burka to serve once again. And it's played on the bump by Cousins. McKee over to Post, who plays it, but her kill slices wide, and the point goes to the Mavericks. And it's Burka to serve. Bump from Cousins. McKee up to Bernard. And Bernard gets that one back for the Wildcats, and she exits. It'll be Georgia Wicker, number 10, to serve, with Mercy leading 4-3. Bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia up to Lankhorst. Nice play from McKee to keep it alive, and it's a setup to Cousins, and Cousins put too much on it, and it's a point for the Mavericks. Nice setup, though, from Cousins over to, from Ballou over to Cousins, but just too much on it. It is Lankhorst to serve. Bump from Greenwood. McKee up top to Post, who bumps it over. Bump from Casal over to Garcia, who sets up Casal, and Casal's kill kept alive by Greenwood on the dig. Nice dig and back from Lankhorst. And it is a slow play, deceptive set over the net from McKee that gets the point for the Wildcats. Allie Cousins to serve, with Daemen trailing by 1. And Cousins hits that one into the net. Service error gives the point to the Mavericks, and they pick up the service. And it'll be Casal to serve for Mercy. That one sails over the back line. An error for Casal, and it's 6-5 Mercy. Ballou to serve. Mercy's formation sliding to the right. And it is Soto in a bump. Garcia plays it over herself and gets it. Converts on a kill and gives the Mavericks a 7-5 lead. Smart play from the junior. And it'll be Vulich to serve. Bump from Cousins. McKee up to Herritz, and Herritz sends it home. And it's Herritz's 6th kill of the afternoon. Hannah McKee to serve, number 1. And it is let go by Vulich as it went wide. Service error for McKee. Gives the Mavericks the service and a 2-point lead here at set number 2, 8-6. Bump from Herritz. And it's McKee over to Peters, and Peters is charged with the carry. Point goes to the Mavericks on the violation, and it's 9-6. Bump from Herritz. Up top to Peters from McKee. Good setup there from the sophomore to the junior. And it will be Allison Post checking in for Herritz. 14 in for 5 for Daemen. And Post will serve. The bump from Vulich. Kept alive from DeBose and played over on the back bump from Lenkhorst. McKee sets up Bernard. Flanders had good position, just didn't get the right angle on it. And it ricochets away for a point for the Wildcats. Bump from Flanders, and the setup to Lenkhorst is blocked in front by Bernard. All tied up at 9 here, set number 2. Post to continue the service for the Wildcats. It's a bump from Flanders. The setup to DeBose from Garcia is good. The kill for DeBose gives the Mavericks a 10-9 lead. And Garcia to serve. Flanders checks out. Casal back in there for Mercy. Bump from Greenwood. It's McKee up to Cousins, and Cousins completes it off the deflection in front from Lenkhorst. 10-10 tie, Greenwood to serve. Bump from DeBose. Garcia up to Lenkhorst, and Lenkhorst gets it over the tandem block of Ballou and Bernard. And it's 11-10 Mercy off of Lenkhorst's kill. And the serve from Burka is playing the bump from Cousins. McKee sets up Bernard, and the deflection lands out of bounds off of Vulich, and it's a 11-11 tie. Wicker to serve. The bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia up to Casal, and Casal kills it off. Nice play from Garcia to set up Casal for the kill. And it's a 12-11 lead for Mercy. Lankhorst to serve. Bump from Greenwood. Couldn't be played as it ricocheted out of bounds. It's a service ace for Lankhorst. She's got a few of those here this afternoon. That's her third now. 13-11 lead for the Mavericks. Bump from post, set up from McKee. Up to Cousins, had to readjust in midair and does so. It's Garcia on the bump. Bumped over by Casal, and it's Greenwood up to McKee, who finds Ballou. Garcia now to Casal. Greenwood bumps it over to McKee. Up to Ballou, over the top of Liddy, and it's dug out by Casal. Nice sliding dig from McKee to set up Cousins. And it is Garcia to Casal. Casal's kill is dug out by Wicker. Post with a spike, kept alive by the Mavericks, and it's bumped over by Burka. Diving dig from Wicker, and it lands just in front of Burka. Good rally here from both sides, but Daemen picks up the point. And it'll be Allie Cousins to serve. Daemen trails 13-12. Set number 2. And it is Cousins with the service error. 14-12, Mercy leads. And it'll be Nunez Casal to serve. Bump from Wicker. McKee up top to Harris, who has to play with a fist. And the ball handling error negates the opportunity for Daemen and awards Mercy another point. 15-12. Casal to serve once again. Mercy ahead by 3, and it's McKee up to Ballou. And Ballou is able to surprise Casal with that one as she came from her serving position and just couldn't get there in time. It's 15-13 with Ballou to serve for Daemen. Mercy once again stacking to the right. Bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia plays it over herself, kept alive by Wicker. McKee gets it up to Harris, and it's deflected in front by Liddy, and Liddy picks up the point for the Mavericks. Kendra Liddy used all of her 6-foot frame to get that one, and it was a big stop for the senior. Now Vulich to serve. It's a bump from Wicker. Lands short. The net sliding was McKee, but she couldn't get there. It's a service ace for Vulich. Timeout. Charge to the Wildcats. And Mercy feeling the momentum. Lots of excitement in their huddle as they convene. And it's been a great performance from both DeBose and Nunez Casal, pacing the Mavericks in the attack game, each with 5 or 6 kills now. And their percentages have been nearly the same. Assists from Garcia have also been well placed. And digs in the back row from Lopez Soto, Burka, Flanders, Vulich, and Garcia have kept attack opportunities alive. And out there on the court for the Mavericks, coming out of the timeout, it's Garcia, Liddy, Flanders, DeBose, Lopez Soto, and Vulich. And returning to the court for Daemen is Greenwood, Harris, Wicker, Peters, McKee, and Cousins. That's who's on the court out of the timeout, and it'll be Vulich to serve once again, coming off the service ace. Bump from Wicker. The setup from McKee over to Herritz. And Herritz unable to get that one in bounds. Good reaction there from Vulich to let it go. And it's 18-13, Mercy. With the let, it makes it a tough play for Daemen. Greenwood tries to bump it over, but it goes wide. And the point goes to the Mavericks. Vulich will continue to serve. Bump from Wicker. The setup from McKee over to Herritz is going to be result in a ball handling error on Daemen. Mercy picks up yet another point, and they're up by 6. 7. And it is McKee up top to Peters. Peters goes cross court with it, but they're going to say she got a piece of the net. It was a tough play for the junior to stay away from the net. She tried to angle a shot, but it wasn't enough. And it is, in fact, it was a kill. I apologize. 20-14. And it's Peters playing it up to McKee, who finds Bernard. Kept alive by Vulich. Garcia over to DeBose. Diving dig from Cousins. It's McKee up top to Herritz, and Herritz kills it off for the Wildcats. 21-15. Mercy leads. Oh, excuse me, the point went to the Mavericks as that one went wide. And it is Lopez Soto serving. Bump by Cousins. Set up from McKee to Peters. That one finds its way home for the Wildcats. And the junior gets the service back to Daemen. And it'll be another junior, Allison Post, to serve, replacing Jen Herritz, number 5. Bump from Flanders. Garcia up top to DeBose. Kept alive. And it's McKee to Bernard. DeBose with a dive. And it's played on the back bump from Lankhorst. Great play by DeBose. And it is Garcia playing it over on the set. Post chases it down. McKee over to Cousins. And it's off the hand of Vulich. But a great play from the senior DeBose to keep the Mavericks alive in that point opportunity. 21-16. Mercy leads. Bump from Vulich. Garcia up top to Lankhorst. Lankhorst just a little too much as it goes outside of the back left corner. If you're looking at it from your screen here on the broadcast. 21-17. Bump from Vulich. Garcia up to DeBose. And DeBose kills it off. And it's 22-17. Casal back in there for Flanders, and Garcia will serve. It's a bump from Greenwood. Up top to McKee, and it's Cousins, whose kill is deflected in front by Casal out of play. The point goes to the Wildcats off the kill from the redshirt freshman. 22-18. Allie Greenwood to serve for Daemen. Bump from Vulich. Lopez Soto with a bump. Up to Casal, plays it over. Post to McKee, who finds Ballou. And Ballou is able to split the blockers and kill off that opportunity. 22-19. And it is a bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia to Lankhorst. Nice dig from Greenwood. Lankhorst with the active hands in front knocks that one down and kills it off for the Mavericks, who are 2 points away from a second set victory. 23-19. It brings Jessica Burke in for DeBose. 17 in for 42, but not before a timeout from the Wildcats. And it is Stephanie Albano using a timeout. trying to stop the momentum of the Mavericks, who hold a 1-0 advantage and need just 2 points to increase that to 2-0. A lot of action here in the Victory Gym. DeBose, Casal, and others getting involved for the Mavericks. And it's been a very fundamental afternoon using all three aspects of the game: the reception, the setup, and then the attack on both sides. And out of the timeout, it is Bernard, Post, Ballou, Greenwood, Cousins, and McKee out there for the Wildcats. And for the Mavericks, it's Garcia, Burka, Lenkhorst, Casal, Bulich, and Lopez Soto. 23-19, Mercy leads set number 2. And it's played on the set from Post. Bumped by McKee up to Cousins, and Cousins kills it off. And it was Lopez Soto who gave it an effort but couldn't get there. Georgia Wicker to serve, with her Wildcats trailing by 3. It's a set from Burka. Garcia up to Casal, and Casal made it too much for Post to handle in the back row. 24-20 with a set point opportunity for the Mavericks. It will be Lenkhorst to serve. And Greenwood lets it go as it went long at 24-21 with Cousins to serve for Daemen. But not before a substitution. Number 6, Sam Logan, will take her place out on the court. A sophomore from Eden, New York, will look to start a rally here for the Wildcats, who trail by 3. Bumped by Burka. Garcia over to Casal, and it lands up and over the blockers. Nice play by Casal, gives the Mavericks a 2-0 set advantage by the score of 25-21, and that mirrors the score of the first set, 25-21. Mercy is in a great spot here, needing just one more set victory to end this match and make it a 3-game winning streak after picking up victories against Goldie Beacom last Saturday, October 26th, and a victory yesterday here at home against the Roberts Wesleyan Redhawks. Have some stats for you here in just a moment, recapping set number 2 and give you some overall totals. Thank you. And with a match-high 9 kills, it's Loreto Nunez Casal. And Ali Cousins has 8, leading the Wildcats. Kills are a +10 for the Wildcats, 32-22 in that category. The attack percentage is in Mercy's favor. They have a .327 compared to the Wildcats' .275. Assists are +10 for Daemen, 30-20, and service aces are +6 for the Mavericks. 7-1 they lead in that category. It's +6 in digs for Daemen, and it's Allison Post with 10, a match-high total there. And blocks are a +1 for Mercy, who has 4 total compared to the Wildcats' 3. And that's a look at your stats through 2 sets. And the team switched sides. Mercy with their backs to us. On the near side bench, on the far side, are the Wildcats. Out there to start set number 3 are Selma Vulic, Nikendra Liddy, Natalia Garcia, Amani DeBose, Adriana Lopez Soto, and Stephanie Lankhorst. It will be Mercy to serve. I believe. And 10 seconds left until the beginning of set number 3. And now it'll be the Wildcats to serve. And doing so will be number 5, Jen Harritz. And out there for the Wildcats is Cousins, Greenwood, Bernard, Ballou, McKee, and the server Logan, not Harritz. And it is McKee over to Cousins. Cousins gets the kill, and Daemen takes an early third set lead, 1-0. It'll be Sam Logan back out there for the service. And she gets the ace in front of Selma Vulic. And looks like the move from Stephanie Albano thus far is paying off in the service department. Bump from Vulic. Garcia up top to Lankhorst. Slams it down over Cousins and Ballou. And the Mavericks trail by just 1, 2-1. Daemen leads. Garcia to serve for the Mavericks. And it is a bump from Logan. Garcia up to DeBose, kept alive by Logan. And up top it's Greenwood to Cousins, blocked in front by Lankhorst and Casal. And the point goes to Mercy. Garcia to continue the service. Bump from Greenwood. And it's McKee up top to Bernard. Blocked in front from DeBose and kept alive by Greenwood. Over to Cousins. Cousins finds a lane and converts the attack. 3-2. Mercy. As it was an error, on Daemen. It's a bump from Cousins. McKee sets up Cousins, and Cousins gets it to go that time. And it's a 3-3 tie. And it's Allie Greenwood to serve, coming in off the bench for Megan Ballou, 3-for-2. Bump from Lopez Soto. Garcia up top to Lankhorst. Partially blocked and kept alive by Logan. And that time it was the senior Bernard who gets the kill. 4-3 lead for Daemen. Greenwood serving. Bump from Vulic, and it is Garcia over to Nunez Casal. Plays it off the partial block. DeBose gets just enough of it, and out of the deflection, it is a 4-4 tie as Burka replaces DeBose for the Mavericks. It is a bump from Cousins. Bump from McKee up to Cousins. And it's blocked in front from Lankhorst. Lankhorst filling the attack lanes nicely that time, and it's a 5-4 Mercy lead. Bump from Greenwood. McKee up to Logan, blocked in front. Bernard with an opportunity. And Burka bump goes off the post there, and it's 5-5 on the kill from Bernard. Georgia Wicker, number 10, the serve for Daemen. Bump from Vulich. And it's Lopez Soto up to Lankhorst, who plays on the bump. And it's Harris blocked in front by Casal. Nunez, Casal, and Lankhorst combining that time. And it's Lankhorst to serve for the Mavericks, who lead 6-5. It's a bump from Greenwood. McKee sets up Cousins. Blocked by Casal, and it is McKee up to Cousins once again. Tries to go cross court, but misses. Long. And it is a 7-1 Mercy lead. Lankhorst to serve once again. Lankhorst that time sends it into the net for the service error. 7-6 Mercy leads, with Selma Vulich returning in place of Lankhorst. Number 6 for 15 for Mercy. And it'll be Allison Post serving for Daemen. Bump from Vulich. Garcia up top to Liddy. Kept alive by McKee. Greenwood up to Logan. Deflected in front. And it is McKee to Logan, and Logan finishes it off. And now it is a 7-7 tie, with Post to continue serving for Daemen. Bump from Vulich. Garcia up top to Casal. Kept alive by Greenwood, and it is Logan off the feed from McKee, who gets the kill. That one out of play. 8-7 Mercy. Bump from Post. McKee sets up Harritz, and Harritz is able to convert, and it's all tied up at 8. And it'll be Harritz to serve for the Wildcats. Bump from Burka. Set up from Garcia up to Vulich. Kept alive by Ballou, and it is over to Logan, who tried the back bump, but it hits off the rafters for a Mercy point. 9-8 for Mercy. And it's Vulich to serve. Bump from Greenwood up to McKee, who finds Logan, and Logan kills it off. And it's 9-9. Hannah McKee to serve. That one goes long. And it is a point for the Mavericks, 10-9. Lopez Soto to serve. Mercy with the lead here. And it's a set from Post, last second decision. It's McKee up top to Ballou. Blocked in front by Lankhorst again. Lankhorst making a difference in front for the Mavericks. And she adds to her total now in the block category with 3. And it is Logan blocked in front again. Garcia gets up there. And it shows the leaping ability of the 5'3" junior to block that one. And it gives a little bit of life to the Mavericks. Bump from Post. McKee up to Logan. And it is a kill for the sophomore. And it's 13-9. Mercy, timeout called by the Wildcats. And it's been a lot of back and forth action here. Right now, the first big lead, I'd say, of the day. Nobody's really had more than a 3 or 4 point advantage. And it's the third set. Mercy leading by 2, so it'll behoove Daemen to keep fighting their way and claw it out to at least force a fourth set. But Mercy has the momentum, and they're playing with some enthusiasm out there. And out of the timeout is Sophia Flanders, Stephanie Lankhorst, Selma Vulich, Amani DeBose, Natalia Garcia, and Lopez Soto out there for the Mavericks. And for the Wildcats, it's Megan Ballou, number 2. Number 9, Courtney Bernard. Sam Logan, number 6. Allison Post, number 14. Allie Greenwood, number 3. And Hannah McKee, number 1. Bump from Logan. McKee sets up Bernard. That one had a wicked tailspin on it. Maybe hit off the side of her hand and it goes wide. Point goes to the Mavericks. Bump from Greenwood. McKee up to Ballou, and Ballou gets one back for Daemen on the kill. And now serving is number 6, Sam Logan. That time it goes in the net on the service error. Point goes to the Mavericks, who increase their lead to 5, 15-10. Garcia to serve, with Casal back in there for Flanders. Bump from Logan. The setup from McKee up to Cousins. And Cousins is able to plant it right in front of Lopez Soto, who gave it a shot, but just couldn't get there. 15-11. Mercy with Lopez Soto digging that one out. And it's Garcia to Casal, and Casal gets that one. And kills off the point for the Mavericks. 16-11 they lead. Burka back in there for DeBose to do the serving. It is a bump from Logan, or should I say Harrods, and Cousins sets up Bernard, and Bernard gets it off the defensive miscommunication from the Mavericks. 16-12 they lead. Wicker to serve. Bump from Burka, set up from Garcia up to Casal. And Casal kills that one off. Great play from the sophomore off the feed from Garcia. And it's Lankhorst to serve, replacing Lopez Soto. Is Nikendra Liddy. 7 in for 10. It's a bump from Logan, kept alive by McKee, up top to Cousins. Burka plays that one. And it is Casal who kills it off. Diving bodies all over that Wildcat side of the court. They just couldn't return it. And it's a 6-point lead for the Mavericks here, set number 3. Lankhorst looking to get on a service streak here. Bump from Greenwood, and that one is not able to be returned. It's a service ace for the freshman. Timeout called by Stephanie Albano and the Daemen College Wildcats. With 19-12 the score, set number 3. First 2 sets were won by the Mavericks by scores of 25-21 and 25-21. So if that tells you anything, it's going to be tight till the end, I would say, because Daemen doesn't give up very easily from what we've seen. And it's a chance for the Mavericks to pick up a victory against the Stephanie Albano-led Daemen College Wildcats. As I mentioned earlier, she is 6-0 in all 6 games that she's faced the Mavericks in her tenure there at Daemen. Mavericks would like to change that, and they have an opportunity to do so, needing just another 6 points here in the third set. It'll be Lankhorst to serve. Out there with Burka, Garcia, Liddy, Vulic, and Casal. It's a bump from Greenwood. Logan bumps it up to Cousins, who bumps it over. Casal up top from Garcia, and Casal picks up the kill. Another one for the sophomore. It's been a great second half of the season for her after a bit of a slow start. And she's filling the attack role, one of the attack roles for the Mavericks quite nicely. Bump from Wicker. McKee sets up Logan, who bumps it over. Garcia up to Liddy, kept alive by McKee. Greenwood over to Cousins, blocked in front by Casal, and it's Wicker digging it out, bumped over by Greenwood. Garcia to Casal, kept alive by Wicker. Great dig from the junior. And it's Logan playing it over. Garcia to Burka, who sets up Casal. Greenwood now to Cousins. Lankhorst over to Liddy. And it's Greenwood to McKee. Played over by Harritz. Burka over to Vulic, and Vulic picks it up. And making some noise is this crowd here in the Victory Gym, knowing their Mavericks are just 4 points away from a 3-set victory. And it is Lankhorst continuing the serve. And it's a bump from Wicker. McKee up to Logan. And it's Garcia to Liddy. And Liddy tucks it in inside the back line. 22-12, Mercy leads off the senior Liddy's kill. Lankhorst to serve. That time it goes into the net for the freshman. And it gives the Wildcats the service, an opportunity to pick up some much-needed points to stay in this one. And it'll be Allison Post to serve for the Wildcats. Bump from Vulic, and it's Lopez Soto to Garcia, who bumps it over. Harritz to McKee, who finds Logan. And it is a point for the Wildcats on the kill from Logan. It'll be Allison Post to serve once again, with her team trailing by 8. Bump from Vulic. Garcia up to Casal, kept alive on the dig by Wicker. Liddy plays it and tucks it inside the line. Great play from Liddy on the block. And it's a 23-14 third set lead for the Mavericks, needing 2 points to close it out. Casal serving. It's a bump played over by Logan. Harritz is killed, kept alive by Casal on the dig. McKee over to Logan, and it finds its way to the floor just in front of Lopez Soto. 23-15, and Mercy leads. Megan Ballou back out there for Daemen. And it will be Jen Harritz to serve. Bump from Burka. Garcia up to Liddy, but they're going to call a violation on Liddy for going under the net. The point goes to Daemen, and Mercy staggers their defense to the left. Bump from Burka. Set up from Garcia over the net. That time played well from the Wildcats, but it's Liddy getting their hands in the attack lane. And it's set point opportunity for the Mavericks. And if they win, it's actually a match point opportunity with Vulic to serve. Bump from posts. McKee up to Logan. Kept alive by Vulic. And it's Garcia to DeBose. And they can't return it. The Mavericks pick up the 3-set victory here in Victory Gym. How fitting for the Mavericks in a 3-0 victory over Daemen College. And it's their first victory over the Stephanie Albano-led Wildcats in 4 years. Or should I say 3 years now, and the Mavericks improved their record to 12-16 on the year, and they are even 4-4 in conference play, while the Wildcats fall to 14-9 and even out their conference record at 4-4. The Mavericks will be able to take in this big victory for a couple days before returning to action on Tuesday, November 5th, against Molloy College. That'll be right here in Victory Gym in a conference matchup slated for a 7 p.m. start before the following Tuesday night against Bloomfield College at 7 p.m. That will be senior night here in Mercy. So be sure to either attend or tune in on our broadcast and watch for a pregame ceremony celebrating the Mavericks seniors that include Nakendra Liddy, Jessica Burka, Amani DeBose, Ciara Rosado, and others. And a look at the final stats from the match. It is Loreto Nunez-Casal with a match-high 13 kills that paced the Mavericks in that department. And she also had a team-high .464 attack percentage. Garcia had 26 assists for the Mavericks, and it is Lopez Soto with 7 digs. The Mavericks had an incredible 8 total blocks, including 4 assists from Stephanie Lankhorst and 3 from Nunez-Casal, along with 2 lone blocks from Nakendra Liddy. Once again, final score, 3-0, 25-21 Mavericks, 25-21 Mavericks, and 25-16 Mercy. For everybody here in Dobbs Ferry and the Mercy Athletics Department, I'm Sean Maldonado signing off, saying we'll see you next time. Good night.